Buying a flagship OLED TV should be easy, until you realize the two best TVs use completely different technology. Samsung's S95F uses QD-OLED. LG's G5 uses the new MLA OLED panel. Both claim to deliver the best picture quality ever put in a TV, but when you compare them side by side, something surprising happens. One TV is brighter, one has more accurate colors, and one has a feature that could completely change the way you watch movies. After testing both, the result honestly surprised me. And if you're planning to spend thousands on a premium OLED TV, this comparison might completely change your decision. The new OLED war for years, LG dominated the OLED TV market. In fact, most OLED TVs used LG panels, but Samsung took a different approach. Instead of traditional OLED, Samsung developed QD-OLED technology, combining OLED with quantum dot color layers. And now LG has responded with something new of its own, the MLA OLED panel in the G5, designed to dramatically increase brightness without sacrificing color accuracy. So this comparison isn't just Samsung versus LG, it's actually a battle between two completely different OLED technologies. But before we talk about picture quality, let's quickly look at the design. Design and build quality. Both TVs look incredibly premium. The Samsung S95F has a sleek, minimalist design with an ultra-thin panel that almost disappears when mounted on a wall. LG's G5 takes a slightly different approach. Its gallery design is built specifically to sit perfectly flush against the wall, almost like a framed piece of art. Both TVs look fantastic, but design isn't really the reason people buy OLED. The real difference appears the moment you turn the screen on, and this is where the technology becomes important. QD-OLED versus MLA OLED. Samsung's QD-OLED technology works differently than traditional OLED panels. Instead of using color filters, it uses quantum dots to create extremely pure red, green, and blue light. This allows Samsung TVs to produce very vibrant colors and higher brightness levels. LG's MLA OLED technology takes a different path. MLA stands for Micro Lens Array, which uses thousands of microscopic lenses to redirect light toward the viewer. This improves brightness while maintaining very accurate color reproduction. On paper, both technologies sound impressive, but real performance comes down to one thing: how they actually look in real content. And the first thing most people notice is brightness. Brightness and HDR performance. Brightness is one of the most noticeable differences between these TVs. In bright HDR scenes, things like sunlight reflections, explosions, or neon lights, the Samsung S95F can look incredibly intense. Highlights feel extremely punchy and dramatic. This makes HDR content look spectacular, especially in bright rooms. But LG's G5 with MLA technology closes the brightness gap significantly. Compared to older OLED TVs, the G5 is dramatically brighter than previous LG models. So while Samsung may still have a slight edge in pure HDR highlights, LG is much closer than most people expect. But brightness alone doesn't determine picture quality, because color performance tells a slightly different story. Color accuracy versus color vibrancy. Samsung TVs are known for producing very vibrant colors. Blues look deeper, reds look richer, and animated content looks incredibly dynamic. For games and colorful movies, this can look absolutely stunning. But LG's G5 takes a more cinematic approach. Instead of pushing color intensity, LG focuses on accurate color reproduction. This means movies often look closer to the way filmmakers intended them to appear. Skin tones look very natural, and darker scenes maintain incredible detail. So the choice here depends on what you prefer. If you like bold and punchy colors, Samsung might impress you more. If you prefer a natural, cinematic picture, LG has an advantage. But modern TVs are used for more than movies. Gaming performance is now just as important. Gaming performance. Both the Samsung S95F and LG G5 are outstanding gaming TVs. They support features like 4K at 120 Hz, variable refresh rate, HDMI 2.1, extremely low input lag, which means games look incredibly smooth and responsive. Samsung also pushes things further with higher refresh rate support in certain modes, which competitive gamers might appreciate. LG, on the other hand, has one of the most complete gaming dashboards, making it easy to adjust settings quickly while playing. So for gaming, both TVs are excellent, and the difference between them is very small. But there's still one concern many buyers have when choosing OLED. Whenever OLED TVs are discussed, the same concern comes up: burn-in. Because OLED pixels produce their own light, static images over long periods could theoretically cause uneven wear. But modern OLED TVs have advanced protection systems. Both Samsung and LG include features like pixel shifting and automatic panel protection. For normal usage, movies, gaming, streaming, burn-in is rarely a real issue today. So in most cases, this shouldn't affect your decision. Which brings us to the most important question. So, which flagship OLED TV is actually better? If you want extremely vibrant colors and explosive HDR highlights, the Samsung S95F QD-OLED is incredibly impressive. It delivers one of the brightest and most dynamic OLED pictures available today. But if your priority is cinematic accuracy, natural colors, and balanced performance, the LG G5 with MLA OLED technology is extremely hard to beat. Both TVs are among the best displays you can buy today, but depending on what you value most, brightness or accuracy, one of them will clearly be the better choice for your setup. But if you're wondering which OLED TV is actually the best overall for most people, check out the video on screen where I break down the best OLED TVs you can buy right now, because one of them might be the perfect TV for your home theater.